Alex always had a fascination with antique music machines and began to collect them in the 1960s. Soon, he hired a staff to restore and maintain his growing collection. Principal among the staff of music machine technicians were Dave Ramey and John Hovanchek, who would go on to be a world-renowned restorer of band organs. He was helped by Dan Meyer, whose father had worked for Alex with Don Martin in the early years of the House on the Rock. John led the way in implementing Alex's ideas. One of the first important music machines that he acquired was the rare Hupfeld Phonoles 3 violin that entertained guests in the mill house. He expanded his collection with a few more machines, but was always looking for bigger and more complex music machines. Nothing satisfied him. As usual, Alex was thinking outside the box, literally, as he began to imagine the potential for expanding the machines into entire environments or rooms full of music. At first, he asked John to add a drum or an accompanying line of music here and there. The machines began to grow ever larger and more complex until the original band organ was the centerpiece of a complexity of instruments and animations, organ pipes, percussion, and eventually synthesized music. He combined all of this to create a new form of orchestrion. The first of these machines was the Gladiator Calliope, located at the far end of the streets of yesterday. Here, Alex and Dave Ramey combined spare parts, organ pipes, a variety of musical instruments, and percussion into a new music machine. The result was astounding and has fascinated visitors for nearly 40 years. Alex read everything he could find about music machines. He had always been an avid listener to music, especially classical music, and how he searched for recordings of European street organs, music boxes, and orchestrions. He also joined the Music Box Society and other organizations dedicated to the appreciation and preservation of antique music machines. He traveled out of the country only once, in 1971, when he went to the Netherlands to visit museums, manufacturers, and dealers, and to learn more about band organs, especially Dutch street organs. Although he did learn a lot on this trip, he did not enjoy traveling, and after being gone for only 3 days, he was glad to be back at work at the House on the Rock. He learned from fellow collectors and dealers, and from visits to Svoboda's Nickelodeon Tavern and Museum in Chicago, near the streets once ruled by Al Capone. Here, Alex listened to a wide variety of machines and could see how much people enjoyed them. Somewhere along the way, the showman that was a part of Alex's character began to grow and develop. In time, it would become obvious that there was more than just a little P.T. Barnum in Alex Jordan. He made notes about all this and began to plan his own music machines, first sketching out his ideas and then asking John Hovanchek and crew to build innovative machines, sometimes beginning with only vague instructions. Alex managed all this every day, bringing in parts from older machines, used role-player mechanisms, the odd piece of electrical equipment, etc. Always with an eye toward saving money, he even brought in a pair of his worn-out shoes, telling his crew to use the leather to cover pneumatics. Calling on his wild imagination, Alex installed his music machines in a new part of the House on the Rock tour, called the Music of Yesterday, a narrow street that winds past collections housed in small shops, the Jordan music machines, and classic band organs stationed along the way in environments that fit their titles and spirit. The hearse. The Mikado. The Blue Room, among others. The House on the Rock is known the world over for these innovative and entertaining machines. Until Alex Jordan came along, nobody had ever produced music machines like these, and the House on the Rock remains the only place in the world where visitors can enjoy these incredible creations.